Well, hello, everybody. I'm Stephanie Dahl with Dahl Fisher, your estate planning and probate and business attorneys here in Denver, Colorado. And today I have Sarah Key with me, and she is the owner of the Keys to Travel. And it is probably my favorite company in the world because she's a travel agent. So when you work with her, you get to go somewhere amazing. And Corey and I have worked with her on a number of trips, but we wanted to have her on today because, as part of estate planning, we talk about your legacy. And for a lot of our clients, legacy is travel, exploring the world, vacations with family, stepping away from the day-to-day life and doing all of that. And so wanted to have Sarah on to talk about all of that today. So Sarah, I'll let you introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about you, what you specialize in, and then we'll kind of jump into why it is so amazing to work with you.
Yeah, perfect. Hi, everyone. I'm Sarah Key with the Keys to Travel. Obviously, travel advisor, and I help mostly couples and groups plan their dream vacations. I help from the planning process to booking everything, to getting you to the destination and getting you home.
Absolutely. And I think, especially right now, given the world we live in and COVID and the variants coming in and everything else, having that travel advisor is so key. And I'll just share a quick story. We used Sarah to book a birthday celebration for my husband that was supposed to happen in March. We were going in April of 2020. And then obviously we know what happened in March of 2020, the world shut down. And I am beyond grateful we worked with you because Sarah picked up the phone, got a hold of the resorts, moved everybody's reservations and moved it to October of last year. And, we just had some amazing luck. A hurricane hit. I think we were just talking about that a hurricane hasn't hit Mexico in 20 years, and it happened to hit last year when we were supposed to go then. So Sarah picked up the phone, moved everybody again, and it was it was seamless on our end. I know it was a lot of work on yours, but it was incredibly easy and no stress on our end for that. So I'm so grateful for you for all of that.
Yeah.
But tell us a little bit about why people, right? Because we have Expedia and Travelocity, all these things that, you just get on your phone and do it. But why is it so important to work with an advisor than to get on one of those apps and do that?
Yeah, I think, back in the day, like when travel agents were a big thing was before the internet. And like you said, now the internet's there. It's pretty easy to just go and, book your things now. But since 2020, I feel like it's been extra important to have someone like a human being on your side, because Expedia and those places aren't picking up the phone. If you have any changes, anything goes wrong, you have any questions, they aren't answering. So it's just so important now with all the changes with protocols and entry and exit requirements and travel insurance and really just navigating everything right now. Having someone that knows your destination and just knows everything and keeps up to date with it is pretty important. It's a full-time job. That's what we're here for.
Exactly. And it is a full-time job. And I think you touched on it just a second ago about, the travel requirements, because every country has a different travel requirement. The US has different travel requirements to come back in. And so, I know, when we were able to finally travel for Corey's birthday, we, you sent everybody, okay, here's what you're going to need. Here's when you're going to need it. Here's how to upload it. Here's how to do all of these things. Coming back into the US, here's what you're going to need. Here's this, here's that, and here's what the resort provides and all of these different things, which is huge because if you get on and try and figure it out yourself, it is ever changing.
Every day.
And I know you keep up on it because I think you said you have some clients in the Maldives that you're trying to help to get their travel requirements and their time change is different. And so it just kind of creates some chaos.
Yeah. Like the Maldives, like these far off places, Maldives, French Polynesia, their requirements are changing daily. And most of them, it's like you have to get your testing or do whatever you need to do within 72 hours. But the time difference to get to your destination is 12 hours. And if your flights are delayed, if you have an 8-hour layover somewhere, it just gets really complicated. And it's like you're going on vacation to de-stress and to enjoy life, and it shouldn't be causing you more stress. And so that's what we're here for, is to basically help you travel more and stress less.
Absolutely. Well, and thinking about how to stress less, one of the amazing things you do, I know, is you travel to all of these different countries and you tour these resorts so
Mm-hmm.
that you really can say, this resort has this resort has that, and things like that. So I think that not, when you click on a picture on,
Yeah.
a local website, it's sure it looks pretty, but we've all looked at real estate where we're like, the pictures, they were a bit misleading, right? And so I think,
Yeah.
resorts and things like that can do the same thing. So how do you kind of bring that extra level of service for your clients?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Especially like now, like I've been, for example, to Mexico, I think 5 times since 2020. And a lot of people are concerned about how safe is it? Like, do I have to wear a mask at the beach, at the pool? Like, what does it really look like to travel right now?
Mhm.
And yeah, like you said, you can look online and read the protocols and read what they're doing, but like, are they really doing it or what does it really feel like? So, actually going to these destinations, touring these resorts, me like building contacts and relationships with people at the resort. So, if a client has a specific question, like I have someone to go to and get that answer. So you know what you're going to get going into the trip as opposed to, oh, it looks pretty online. Like I hope it looks like this when I get there.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, and I can speak from experience in having you have planned a couple of trips for us. That one of the really great things that you provide to your clients is a bunch of different options, and
Mhm.
you do what we call a Loom video, but walking through each resort, and here's the positives, here's the negatives, here's why I picked this resort for you as a family or you as a business,
Right.
you're taking a corporate retreat or whatever it is. Here's why I picked these specific resorts. Here's
Right.
what they offer. Here's what they don't, things like that,
Mhm.
which is so helpful in trying to figure that out.
Right. That's another benefit of a travel advisor is like we customize it to what you want. Like we have a phone call with you to know exactly what you want out of your vacation. And then we use all of that information to put together the perfect fit for you, like a couple different options that would be a perfect fit. And just like, looking online or looking yourself, it can be really hard to really know if the resort that looks pretty actually has no nightlife because you want to be very quiet and
Mhm.
peaceful on your vacation, or you want nightlife and you want a lot going on, but then you go to a resort that has none of it.
Right.
And it's going and visiting these resorts, I actually get a feel for what it
Yeah.
actually is like when you go there. And then we customize it to find the best option for you.
Absolutely. Well, and I
Hmm.
think it's so important because I know one of the things we had talked about is, when we did this trip to Mexico, food was really important in terms of
Hmm.
having just really wonderful food because, we have friends that are in that industry. And so,
Hmm.
we wanted to make sure it was really good. And it was one of those things that you were able to say, the food here is excellent. This kind of typical resort food, this is
Yeah.
that. And so I
Hmm.
know we all walked away being like, that was amazing. Like, and
Hmm.
so we had a really good experience.
Yeah.
Before we wrap up here, because I know, travel has done these huge swings, right? We couldn't travel,
Hmm.
then everybody was traveling and, all these different things. But are
Yeah.
you seeing anywhere that, people probably have on their bucket list that you're
Hmm.
like, actually right now is a really good time to try and do that because hotels are less or traveling there is less
Hmm.
or whatever it is? Are there any places like that that, are constantly on people's bucket lists?
Yeah, I think that's a really good question because like Hawaii is a bucket list, like some places in the Caribbean, Mexico are bucket list, but they're the easiest places to get to right now and they are overrun with tourists. So it's
Yeah.
expensive, it's packed, probably not the most enjoyable time to go. But
Yeah.
I would say French Polynesia is the place to go right now. It is close enough, but far enough away. Bucket list vacation. It's only like a 7 hour flight from LA. So it's
Oh, okay.
nonstop from like LA or San Francisco. Um, they're all islands, so it's kind of social distancing within itself. So it's safer. And they were shut down during the pandemic. So they are trying to get tourists and people to come visit. So they're having like insane specials going
Mm.
on. It's like 3 nights, but pay for two, or you get breakfast or dinner included. There's a lot of stuff going on to get tourists back, but
Okay.
it's, far enough away that not everyone's going.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. To get
Mhm.
there, it's a full day travel, so not everybody can commit to it.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, perfect. Well, if somebody would like to book their vacation, how do they get a hold of you?
You can find me online, Instagram, Facebook, just thekeys2travel.com or at the keys to travel. It's the best way to get a hold
Perfect.
of me. Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for being here, Sarah. I really appreciate it. You
Yeah.
are, I adore working with you. You are so
Thank
easy and
you.
wonderful to work with, and I'm so thankful. So I would highly recommend working with Sarah. She does an amazing job for her clients.
Thank
And
you.
if you can make it to the French Polynesian and you need to take your your wonderful estate or business attorney, please feel free to take me. So I
Yes,
hope everyone has
and
a
I'll
great
go.
day. And
I'll
you
go
as your
too.
travel agent,
Yeah.
right? Or your travel advisor.
Yeah, we'll help you through it.
Exactly. Thanks, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.